Obvious disclaimer alert. A lot of what I say in this video is not to be taken seriously whatsoever. Okay, bye. So, we're back here again, aren't we? It seems that you guys were pretty fond of part 1, so we're going to continue from where we last left off. Kiana Kaslana was our test subject under the microscope last time, so I'd say the only logical place we could go from there is to dedicate part 2 to our girlfriend, best friend, Mei Raiden, which should also be known as Honkai Third Guy's future wife for obvious reasons.
And then in the next upcoming gachas, whenever there is a Mei, I only got Meis. I only got Meis for like 3 to 4 months.
Anyway, before I get too ahead of myself, let's go over how the video will be presented, which will be similar in style to what I set down last time for part 1, just for the newcomers to the series. We'll be covering all of the unlockable battlesuits of one Valkyrie per part, with augmented versions of battlesuits being talked about separately. And that's about it! Easy to follow along, no? Well, I think I've made this intro far too long now, so let's just dive right in. Welcome to What Your Main Valkyrie Says About You, Part 2, the Mei Edition. Crimson Impulse. Again, another starter Valkyrie. Nothing too much to say, really. Except I actually do. Just like her actual character and significance in the story before Chapter 14, Crimson Impulse is pretty much just as disposable. This battlesuit, like White Comet, is meant for newbies to the game, but yet there's always someone out there to prove me wrong. Why is that? Because in addition to comparing her to White Comet, yes, if given the right stuff, she is competing in Myriad Abyss. Just why would you even try? Because you're insane and you've got something to prove. Well, all that you prove to me is that you need to see a goddamn psychiatrist. So that pretty much sums up those that main her. You're either freshly hatched, or you're the goddamn Joker. Powerful, but out of your goddamn mind. Valkyrie Bladestrike. Again, this is not about the battlesuit's augment strike of Fulminata. Anyway, she's okay, I guess? Let's just get this one out of the way. If you mean Valkyrie Bladestrike, cool. Shadow Dash. I think I've seen her around a bit when doing some weekday missions, but other than that, she's really not being used that much. She's just an A-rank Valkyrie, I guess? Well, what else can I say about her? There's only so much you can talk about when we're talking about an A-rank Valkyrie that isn't Divine Prayer, Yamabuki, Yama, Wolfstone, Face, Sakatama, Dakucho, and Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Subtle, Nice Boy, False, Fantasable, Valkyrie, Glory. If you mean Shadow Dash, Mei is best girl, or you're Kiana, or you're both. Take your pick. Lightning Empress. Lightning Empress Mei, the Herrscher that never was. Until update 4.1. But regardless, she doesn't need to be a Herrscher anyway, because she's insane enough on her own that she might as well already be one in this state. Anyway, if you were mainly running Lightning Empress Mei in your team before the 4.1 update, you were just in denial. Well, luckily for you, you now don't have to be with her true form being unleashed in update 4.1. Or you're a tier honk, because Lightning Empress has struck an impression on the meta. But seriously though, she's actually pretty impressive. Striker Fulminata. Yeah, yes! We've got at least a second solid selection for Mei here. Another Mei that's more useful and contributive, and I don't just mean in the story. There's a reason this version of Mei is used a bit by Mei lovers in weekday missions alongside a Lightning Empress counterpart, albeit admittingly the latter is used almost everywhere else. But hey, Striker is actually pretty decent. Best looking Mei, in my opinion. Damage is decent, victory pose is decent, everything about her is just plain decent. No, come out the kitchen, honey, we're going to war! If you main Striker Fulminata, you have a good taste in Meis, and that is all. Herrscher of Thunder. The gods of the Honkai verse thought one schmeckshy Herrscher Queen wasn't enough, so down came the Herrscher of Thunder, ready to steal the hearts of players and wallets everywhere. But let's put my questionable RNG aside and talk about what the mighty Herrscher of Thunder brings to the table. Well, for starters, how about a bloody dragon? Oh, not only that, but how about actually getting to ride the dragon in her ultimate? Yeah, this is a legitimate thing you can do in this game. Take that, Herrscher of Reason Bronya. She's a pretty good Valkyrie by all accounts. Maybe not alongside Herrscher of Reason in the top tiers, but if you don't have the time or resources to get Hawk of the Fog into Triple S rank, then invest in her. She'll be worth it for you. Anyway, if you mean Herrscher of Thunder at this point, one of the obvious answers would be that the hype hasn't worn off yet. Either that, you're a Herrscher collector, or you were one of those innocent little souls in denial saying that Lightning Empress was Herrscher Mei all along. Well, stop crying! You've got what you wanted. Now take your lucky RNG elsewhere. I need my brooding time. And that's a wrap. This video has covered all of Mei's battlesuits and augments. Listen, I know that Shadow Dash is getting an augment in the next update, but shh. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Feedback, positive or negative, is always appreciated, and I hope to see you all in a future video. Laters.